Hi YouTube! Today is my week 14 pregnancy update video, and I think the big thing that happened this week is I have been feeling slightly better, at least in the mornings, and as long as I get a nap in the afternoon, I'm lasting longer at night and I'm not having nearly as much nausea, but it is still there some nights. However, I had, during week 12 and week 13, I had a lot of things that were going on and I was really busy with them. And I didn't pay attention to making sure I got my naps or early to bed. And it finally caught up to me Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and I was really sick. Thought I was going to throw up. I just felt horrible. I woke up in the middle of the night, and that's never a good thing. When you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel like that, you know, it's not good. But Art got up with me and rubbed my back and got me my hot pack. I always like a warm pack for my stomach. That always really helps calm my stomach down. And after a couple hours, I was able to finally sleep. But I spent most of Wednesday in bed, and that's the first time for this entire pregnancy I've spent the entire day in bed. But Thursday and Friday, after, you know, resting up and eating very clean, I had also had 3 days of dessert, which I rarely eat dessert other than on Sundays when I'm at my mom's house. Other than that, we really don't have dessert in the house. But because of, I was at my parents' house on Sunday, Monday was John's birthday, so we had birthday cake and ice cream, and then Tuesday we were at the Squad, and I had, it wasn't that many. I had a few Freyhofer chocolate chip cookies, but apparently that was all I needed, and it just put me over the top and made me sick. So other than that, that kind of stunk, feeling so yucky for a whole day. Art had to take the kids to work with them and all that stuff. But yesterday I felt really good. In fact, when it got to bedtime, it was midnight and I was still wide awake and I had lots of energy, that's the first time that's happened since this pregnancy. As for things that I experienced this week was pregnancy hives, and I don't know if you have ever had them, but they're extremely itchy and extremely uncomfortable, and they get, maybe about that big, depends on how much you scratch them. And I had them with my son, Peter, and he's 6.5, so about 7 years ago. I had experienced these with him, and then I had Lydia and Mary, and I never had them again. So I don't know what the trigger is. I went online to do some reading about it, and apparently it has something to do with the amount of hormones you're producing. So I don't know if that means it's a girl, if it's a boy, since I had it with Peter and I didn't have it with the girls, although my husband says he's sure that this is a boy because I haven't been so sick and I don't wake up when he turns the light off at night, and that's a funny story I'll save for another video. But that was something I did experience, and it took about 2 days for the itching to really stop. The one thing I was wondering, and I couldn't find anything online, and maybe you guys know this. If you do know anything about it, please leave a comment below because I'd like to hear this from other people, is the hives came the day after I had eaten that junk food for the 3 days in a row, all that sugar. And I was wondering if there's any correlation with the hives and the amount of sweets and the sugars that I had eaten. Now like I said, I can't find anything on Google that says there's a correlation there, but I'm just wondering if there is, because I did not eat nearly as well with Peter as I did with Lydia and Mary. I ate much better with them. And for this pregnancy, I've even eaten better because I'm following the low-carb, high-fat diet. But those 3 days, I really splurged. And I was wondering if my body was just like totally rejecting all the garbage that I was eating. And that's just how it came out, you know, making me really sick and then giving me the hive. I don't know. We'll see if they stay away, if I behave myself and eat what I'm supposed to or not. But if you've had any experience with pregnancy hives and what makes them worse or what makes them better, I would like to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. As for Weight gain, it's still hovering around that 0 to 2 pound mark, just depending on the day, so nothing really has changed there. I'm not fitting into maternity clothes, although I feel like my clothes make me look chubby now. I hate that chubby stage. I don't look pregnant, I just look fat. And, you know, probably another week or two, I'll finally get out of my regular clothes. And I think that's about all that's going on. I don't meet my midwife for another 2 weeks. And, oh, I have been feeling a lot more movement from the baby. It's not consistent. It's usually at nighttime, or if I bend over, all of a sudden I feel a little jab. It's not much. It's very, I'm trying to think of the word. It's not faint, but very subtle. You know, you really have to be looking for it and knowing that that's what you're feeling. But it's reassuring because I still haven't heard the heartbeat yet. So feeling the movement makes me feel like, yes, there is something in there, and it's not just all upstairs craziness in my head and this whole nausea is all mental. You know, always afraid of that. So that's about all that's going on. I don't have any good belly pictures because it just looks like a bunch of flab. Please subscribe to my channel below to stay up to date on all of my current pregnancy update videos, which I try to post every Saturday night. And you can see them usually first thing Sunday morning. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week for week 15. Bye, YouTube.